Hey everybody, one of the ways that many Christians today negotiate with the biblical text in order to structure power and values in favor of their identity politics and their boundary maintenance is by either denying that women held positions of ecclesiastical authority within early Christianity and within the Hebrew Bible, or insisting that they only did so because there weren't any worthy men around, and so they had to step up and assume a position that usually they are not qualified to hold. Now, there are no data that actually support the latter interpretation, and the former interpretation is a renegotiation because we have plenty of texts in the Bible that identify women who held positions of authority within early Christianity. We have archaeological data that indicate women were holding such positions up until the 4th or 5th or maybe even the 6th century CE as well. And that renegotiation usually involves reinterpreting or ignoring the passages that refer to women holding such positions, such as women who are referred to as deaconesses. They reinterpret this as a reference to women who are just serving, understanding that word for deaconess as just a generic reference to service. We also have the rereading of Romans 16:7, which, according to the earliest Christians, is a pretty clear reference to a woman named Eunia as an apostle. We have folks like John Chrysostom and Theodoret and Origen praising the outstanding character of this woman who was an apostle. And about 1,000 years after Romans was written, we begin to see manuscripts that accentuate the name in a way that indicate it's the name of a man. And so it would be many centuries after Paul wrote Romans that this rereading of Eunia as a man's name began to creep in. And these days, folks will argue either that this is a reference to a man or that it is a reference to a woman named Eunia, but it doesn't identify her as an apostle. It just says she's well known to the apostles. And these readings don't really have much data to support them and conflict with the earliest readings that we find among the early Christian community. If you'd like more discussion on Eunia as the first woman apostle, I would highly recommend Eunia, the First Woman Apostle by Eldon J. Epp, and this was published in 2005. If you would like a great discussion on the subjugation of women within historical Christianity, I would highly recommend Beth Allison Barr's book, The Making of Biblical Womanhood: How the Subjugation of Women Became Gospel Truth.